What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are here with a very quick update, an episode of Lions Latest, because we've got some major breaking news, according to Adam Schefter, that Terrion Arnold, he might be all right. So let's get right into it. So Adam Schefter just broke this news, and immediately I was very excited. I put on my Revenge Tour shirt, okay, from 2020. Don't ask me about that. The point is, I'm fired up. According to Adam Schefter, a second opinion on Terrion Arnold's shoulder today revealed the injury is not as bad as feared, and he is now expected to return, as one source described, sooner than expected, quite possibly this month. So the initial fear was, is he going to be out for the season? Dan Campbell told us yesterday he wasn't sure if it was going to be season ending, be out for a while. That was the expectation for Terrion Arnold. And then this morning we were told that he was going to get a second opinion. And at that point, it seemed pretty concerning that, like, oh, this guy, he might be missing the entire season. Like, it was feared then that he was going to miss the entire year. Once he gets the second opinion, does he need shoulder surgery? And then just now, Tom Pelissero, Terrion Arnold received a positive news on his second opinion, will not need shoulder surgery, and is now expected to return this season per sources. So if we took it at the idea of at some point this month, which feels crazy after all that we've been through here going and trying to follow these updates, that would potentially lead you to that bye week, right? Because the Lions have the game this weekend against Kansas City, then next weekend against Tampa Bay. Those are their two massive games, two primetime games. And then they get a bye week, and then we head to November where we're at home against the Minnesota Vikings. At best, it feels like maybe returning in somewhere in that window. And that could also potentially keep him off of IR, because IR is at least 4 weeks out. If that's the case where you wanted to start to get him back to practicing maybe during that bye week, you would probably leave him off of IR. So I think depending on if there's a decision there that gets made, if he does hit IR, maybe it gives us a sense that he's probably not going to be back that soon. Looking more so at the very earliest into Washington, Philadelphia. But this is a fantastic update. This made me so happy to see today. Yesterday, we did some cornerback potential trade targets, and that could still be on the table. But having him back at some point is amazing. He's coming off a really strong game against Jamar Chase in a game that he had to absolutely battle. I've seen Terrion Arnold specifically be used in a lot more cover three, outside in, bracketing in coverage specifically, playing a little bit more top-down coverage, a little bit of off-man in there, but specifically playing a lot more of that half-turn style in-zone coverage. And I think his patience has shown up a lot more this year. His pacing, he doesn't get out-leveraged incredibly well, so we saw like the near interception he had on the sideline because he really just cut the receiver off. His footwork seems so efficient this season. I think it's been a big step forward. Not perfect, right? Got beat on the slant, but I think his footwork has been much more efficient this year. You don't see as much false movement, and I think in those areas, it's really shining for him. And he was very physical at the line. He got some really good jams, overly physical at times with Jamar Chase, trying to just take him out of the play, and you're like, oh, he's doing too much on a little hook or curl PI he had for like 5 yards, but there's also really good reps in there as well. And again, the communication's been very sound for Terrion Arnold to this point since week 1 specifically. So I've been very pleased with him, and I thought this game then gave him a lot of love, and I think rightfully so. And it's been about the flexibility he's added to us. So getting him back just brings that back for the Lions, and it would be massive. Asked him to do a lot of different things. We haven't played the same coverage over and over. He's played well in zone, and he's been an elite run defender for us as well. So I'm hoping with that shoulder injury, it doesn't get into the point where he's maybe not showing the same aggressiveness when attacking. I know there's been things about him not playing at 100% so far this season due to injuries. He had the groin earlier this season as well, but I was very pleased with how he performed against Cincinnati. So this is a massive update. Could absolutely keep the Lions from having to go out and trade for a cornerback. And I just wanted to give you that update today, maybe to add some joy to your life. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. Appreciate y'all for joining. Thank you, Pride, for watching, and I'm out.